3D printing flexible filament is amazing. It enables you to print things like flexible hands, shoes, and bouncy balls, but it's limited in how soft you can print. Most people know flexible filament as TPU or thermoplastic polyurethane. This material is rated on a Shore hardness scale. The higher the number, the harder the material feels. Most people print at a hardness of 95A, which honestly feels like a softer plastic but still pretty hard. It doesn't feel like rubber at all. I've been able to print softer material at 90A and at 85A. But printing lower than that is very difficult. In fact, I have 75A filament that's super soft. It feels like rubber. Unfortunately, I haven't been successful in printing it yet. 75A is soft, but what if you wanted to go softer like 40A, 20A, or even 0A? Is that even possible? Well, you can't really print that soft today. However, using a 3D printer and a desktop injection mold machine makes it possible to create things you couldn't before. Let me show you 5 things I printed, then injected using the SALTGATOR softgel injection mold machine. I started with a non-stick pad mold, then printed this wrist support, which will be interesting as this part will have a hard internal core made out of ABS, then a softer shell for your wrist to rest on. That's hard to say. I also printed a small ball mold, which could be doubled as a creepy eyeball. I then printed a dice mold, just like the wrist mold. This will have a hard internal core with a soft outer layer. The last thing I printed was a fun balloon animal. This is my first time using a desktop injection mold machine. It's not that complicated, but I ran into issues and will share what I did to fix them. My first attempt at injecting these molds was with 40A. Before you start, make sure you clamp down every mold you plan to use. Once that's done, you simply pour in the material, lock the plunger on top, then choose the correct settings and wait for it to heat up. While it's heating up and melting the material, there's an internal fan that mixes everything together to evenly distribute the heat and any colors if added. You'll know the material is ready once you hear the beep. At that point, you pick it up, open the valve at the bottom, purge out the first little bit of material, then start injecting. I didn't make it far in my first attempt. Once the machine finished heating up, I took my time getting the camera set up, making sure it had a good angle, and by the time I started injecting, the material had cooled enough to clog the nozzle. Cleaning this out wasn't a big deal. In fact, I could have and should have reheated the chamber, but instead I pulled it out to start fresh. Let's try this again. This time we'll move faster and we'll use the 20A material, which is a little softer. That worked a lot better. I just let them cool. Let's go check them out. This first object worked so good. The die came out perfectly. Now I can stay up all night rolling dice and nobody will even know. Not that I do that already. Yeah, that sounds dumb, but whatever. The ball or eyeball came out great as well. It's amazing I can create something so soft using a printer and injection molder. Let's see how the balloon animal looks. Yeah, that did not turn out that great. I noticed the hole on the mold is smaller. Maybe the 20A was too thick. I might try this again with 0A to see if it can fit through that tiny hole and fill up the mold. As I was injecting the wrist support, I ran out of material. Hopefully it was enough to cover the whole thing. Well, it wasn't, and the material melted the inside part. You could see it melted the area right as it came in from the injection hole. Let's try this again. This time we'll use 0A, the most soft material, and try a different plastic insert using PETG. That's what the outer shell's made out of, and it seemed to do pretty good at that temperature. This time, I'm going to do something different. I'll add some gold glitter to see how it works with adding color. I'll start with the non-stick pads as we haven't seen those yet. We keep running out of material. Then we'll inject the balloon animal, then the eyeball, and finish off with the wrist support. I thought everything was going smoothly until I noticed something on the back. There's a leak. I didn't have any more clamps, so this part wasn't sealed all the way. That's my fault, nothing to do with the injector or the mold material. Fingers crossed it still worked. This actually looks amazing. I didn't use any release agent, so part of the mold got stuck and ripped a little hole, but this thing is awesome. My current mouse pad is super old, it looks pretty terrible, and it has lost all of its support. I'm going to use this one from now on. It's softer, it doesn't slide at all, it's way more comfortable, and it's pretty cool that I made this myself. I love how this color turned out as well. The ball or eyeball came out really good. When I compare it to the 28, you can see it squishes a lot more. I also bought some fish eye stickers, and it makes these eyeballs look awesome. You can't print material this soft right now with an FDM 3D printer or even a resin printer from what I know. It's just not possible. Now let's check the non-stick pads. These came out perfectly. They're so squishy, but do they actually help with items from slipping? A while ago, I made a video where I took my wife's things, 3D printed them, and switched them out without telling her. I'll put a link to the video. It was pretty funny, at least for me. She didn't think so.
Why are you doing this? Stop. You're not gonna put me on the channel.
One of the items I took was this decoration. After I printed the decoration, I printed with TPU non-stick pads on the bottom. As you can see, the pads still slip, they don't work very well, and they're not that squishy. Let's try adding these non-stick pads to the bottom and see how they work.
It doesn't slide at all.
I also stuck one on the wall next to my fridge so that when my kids are opening the door, I don't constantly hear this anymore. Okay, we have one last mold to check. The balloon animal. Did it work this time? Before we check on it, I want to thank SALTGATOR for sending us their injection mold machine and for sponsoring this video. I've dropped a link down below for this injector, and I'll add a discount code if it's available. The balloon animal worked, and it looks so good. Again, you can't print this material this soft. When my daughter saw this squishy balloon animal, she immediately asked if she could keep it. She just fell in love. All these models can be found on SALTGATOR's website. I've dropped a link to their model website down below. You can 3D print and inject the same molds I've done, or find hundreds of different models online, and they're all free. I want to thank all of our paid YouTube members. These members get early access to videos each week. They also get access to videos that are not public and a bunch of other perks. If you'd like to have your name show up on our YouTube channels and get access to those perks, you can click the join membership link in the description or this join button right here. We really appreciate all of our paid members, and we appreciate all of you for watching videos like this. If you'd like to see what else we've made with softer materials, take a look at this video.